Hi, I'm Bob Shultz, and welcome back to the Front Row. You know, I get stopped and emailed about questions about movies in general, which I love to answer, but there's always one question that seems to pop up. And on this week's show, we're going to take a time out from the new releases and try to answer this question. And it's a question involving a little girl from Kansas and a classic rock opera.
In one corner, the most beloved film of all time, 1939's The Wizard of Oz. Then, way over on the other side of the pop culture spectrum, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, the longest charting album in rock history. Two important works, both landmarks in their respective mediums. But is there a deeper connection? There are those who believe that Dark Side of the Moon and The Wizard of Oz are actually the same work, and they say it can be proven. But how can that make sense? How can a piece of music and a movie be the same thing? Well, here's how. According to believers, you can play the movie with the sound off while playing the album at normal volume, and you'll find that the two perfectly match up. For instance, the Scarecrow, the character who doesn't have a brain. His first time he appears is at the beginning of a song called Brain Damage. And then there's Dorothy. The precise moment she opens the door to the colorful land of Oz, the music changes gears completely. Unfortunately, broadcast and copyright laws prevent us from actually playing the album, but I think you can get the idea. Here's how you can see for yourself. First of all, you need to get a copy of MGM's The Wizard of Oz, which is now available on Warner Brothers Home Video and DVD. At the beginning of the movie, wait for the lion to roar 3 times, and then press pause and mute. Then begin the Dark Side of the Moon album, and then resume the movie at the same time, and then sit back and enjoy a unique experience. Now, this whole Wizard of Floyd urban legend has been around for over 10 years, and it's even developed its own technical term. It's being called syncing by film geeks. Now, personally, I put syncing into the same category as I do UFOs. I'd really like to believe there's something unique happening, but there's usually a pretty logical explanation. The simplest answer is that Pink Floyd albums are built like operas. It's not a collection of separate songs as much as it is one long musical experience that blends from one song to the next. It has a beginning, middle, and end structure that kind of feels like you're listening to a movie. And if you play it while watching a movie with the sound off, well, some similarities can occur. But I'm not a complete cynic. After watching The Wizard of Floyd a few dozen times, there are moments of such precise synchronicity, you actually begin to believe that there really is an unexplained connection. There are even hundreds of pages on the internet that have theories to back all this up. Now, frankly, those guys need lives. The hard fact is The Wizard of Oz is based on a 19th century children's book, and The Dark Side of the Moon is written about the nervous breakdown of musician Syd Barrett. There is no connection, end of story. But putting these two together is a fun and unique way to reappreciate these classics on a rainy afternoon.
If you've got questions about any movie or any questions whatsoever, you can find us at one spot. We're at KQ2.com. You just need to look for the Front Row icon. We're coming back next week with more great new releases on the video shelf. And in coming weeks, we're heading back to the theaters for great big summer releases like Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. So join us next time and all summer long right here on the Front Row. I'm Bob Shultz for KQ2.